Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your Quizmaster, Sean, and I've got 100 questions about general knowledge. So let's have some fun with this, shall we? It keeps our brains young. So, let's start with question number 1. The Mona Lisa is a portrait of whom? Victorine Morant, Lisa Giocondo, or Adele Bloch-Bauer? The Mona Lisa is a portrait of Lisa Gioconda. Which is Johannes Vermeer's most famous painting? Girl with a Pearl Earring, View of Delft, or The Little Street? The most famous painting is Girl with a Pearl Earring. What year did Pablo Picasso die? 1976, 1973, or 1979? Pablo Picasso died in 1973. What city was Salvador Dali born in? Figueres, Palma, or Murcia? Salvador Dali was born in Figueres. Evelyn Glennie, who mastered 1,000 instruments, suffered from which disability? Was she deaf, blind, or did she have hemophilia? She was deaf. In what year did California's Disneyland first open its doors? 1952, 1955, or 1960? Disneyland first opened its doors in 1955. Which American civil rights leader refused to give up her seat in the mid-50s? Daisy Bates, Dorothy Height, or Rosa Parks? It was Rosa Parks. In what year did Ghana gain its independence from British control? 1957, 1967, or 1987? The year was 1957. George Beauchamp of LA invented which instrument? The electric guitar, the electric violin, or the electric mandolin? He invented the electric guitar. In what year was Seoul captured by North Korea? 1960, 1950, or 1940? North Korea captured Seoul in 1950, but they gave it back. True or false? Elvis Presley was inducted into the U.S. Army at age 23. That is true. Which scientist discovered the double helix structure of DNA? James Watson, Dr. Rosalind Franklin, or Francis Crick? That would be Dr. Rosalind Franklin. Who developed the varicella vaccine? Maurice Hilleman, Michiaki Takahashi, or Louis Pasteur? The inventor was Michiaki Takahashi. Which NHL team did Gordie Howe play for? The Detroit Red Wings, the Chicago Bears, or the Green Bay Packers? Gordie Howe played for the Detroit Red Wings. In what decade was Madonna born? The 40s, the 50s, or the 60s? Madonna was born in the 50s. What country has the longest coastline? The Philippines, Canada, or Norway? The country with the longest coastline is Canada. Name the cricket club that plays at the Oval. Surrey County, Lancashire County, or Nottinghamshire County? And that would be Surrey County. When was the Magna Carta signed? April 1215, August 1215, or June 1215? And that would be June 1215. In what year did the Concorde first take flight? 1969, 1967, or 1965? The year was 1969. Luciano Pavarotti and James Brown performed It's a Man's World in which city in 2002? Paris, Barnwell, or Barcelona? They performed in Paris. What Japanese car brand was the first to reach the USA? The Honda, the Toyota, or the Nissan? The first one across the ocean? Toyota. What was the name of the first all-female rock band? The Donnas, the Go-Go's, or Goldie and the Gingerbreads? It was Goldie and the Gingerbreads. Who designed the comic strip Dennis the Menace? Hank Ketchum, Will Eisner, or Pascal Lefebvre? That was Hank Ketchum. In what year was color TV first broadcast? 1951, 1952, or 1954? It was 1951. What piece of technology did Jack Kilby and Robert Noyce invent? The microchip, the USB stick, or the HDMI cable? They invented the microchip. TV dinners was first introduced in 1954 by which company? The TV dinner was invented by the Swanson and Sons Company. How many time zones are known to be in Russia? 11, 19, or 21? There are 11 time zones in Russia. What is Japan's national flower? The cherry blossom, the iris, or the king protea? The national flower is the cherry blossom. Where was Napoleon first exiled to? Elba, St. Helena, or Ajaccio? And that would be Elba. Which two nations fought in the Punic War? The Roman Republic and ancient Carthage, the United States and Soviet Union, or Great Britain and Spain? It was Rome versus Carthage. What is the capital of Iceland? Husavik, Reykjavik, or Selfoss? The capital of Iceland is Reykjavik. What planet is closest to the Sun? Is it Earth, Mercury, or Saturn? Closest to the Sun is Mercury. How many daughters does Bob Dylan have? 6, 3, or 2? Bob Dylan has 3 daughters. Grace Kelly married which prince of Morocco? Prince Rainier III, Prince Moulay Abdallah, or Prince Moulay Hassan? Grace Kelly married Prince Rainier III. What sport did Arnold Palmer play? Was he a football player? Was he a golfer? Or did he play cricket? Arnold Palmer played golf. Where are the Beach Boys from? Hawthorne, Burlington, or Ferndale? The Beach Boys are from Hawthorne. What did Cleopatra bathe in? Was it sour milk? Was it milk and honey? Or was it olive oil? Cleopatra bathed in sour milk. Which venue is the British Grand Prix held at? The Silverstone Circuit, Brands Hatch, or Donington Park Circuit? It's held at the Silverstone Circuit. What is Sting's real name? Gordon Sumner, Gordon Solomon, or Gordon Thompson? Sting's real name is Gordon Sumner. Tony and Maria were lead characters in which musical? A Clearing in the Woods, West Side Story, or Brigadoon? It was West Side Story. What item of women's clothing is named after a dog? The corgi blouse, the poodle skirt, or the lassie stockings? Well, of course, it's the poodle skirt. Ezar Charles made a comeback by beating who? Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis, or Muhammad Ali? He beat Joe Louis. What is Roy Rogers' real name? Leonard Sly, Bernard Sly, or Andrew Sly? Roy Rogers' real name is Leonard Sly. Who discovered radium and polonium? Marie Curie, Madame Lavoisier, or Irene Joliot Curie? That was Marie Curie. Which man was the first to sail around the world? Juan Sebastian Elcano, Sir Francis Drake, or Ferdinand Magellan? The first to sail around the world was Juan Sebastian Elcano. Where was George Washington born? Westmoreland County, Arlington County, or Richmond County? George Washington was born in Westmoreland County. Who was the first to climb Mount Everest? Edmund Hillary, Ernst Schmid, or Junko Tabei? It was Edmund Hillary. Which state did Senator Joseph McCarthy represent? Wisconsin, Arizona, or Illinois? Senator McCarthy represented Wisconsin. Which African country's rugby team is known as the Springboks? South Africa, Nigeria, or Senegal? The Springboks are from South Africa. What do Geiger counters measure? Radioactivity, oxygen, or depth of water? Geiger counters measure radioactivity. What currency is used in Peru? The sol, the rupee, or the peso? In Peru, they spend sols. What were Snickers bars called before 1990? Marathon bars, Raider bars, or Nunch bars? They were called marathon bars. What has been voted as the national dish of the UK? The chicken tikka masala, the hamburger, or the bobotie? It would be the chicken tikka masala. What city hosted the first Fashion Week? Milan, New York, or Amsterdam? The first Fashion Week took place in New York. Which English football player had the nickname the Wizard of the Dribble? Stanley Matthews, Bobby Moore, or Dino Zoff? That was Stanley Matthews. What music group had a hit in 1958 with Twilight Time? Was it the Platters? Was it the Penguins? Or was it the Drifters? Twilight Time was by the Platters. Who was the first to use the term rock and roll? Hunter Hancock, Tommy Smalls, or Alan Freed? And that was Alan Freed. What was the original purpose for gin? Aid with lung congestion, aid with allergies, or aid with arthritis? It was to aid with lung congestion. How many bones do sharks have? 9, 19, or no bones? There's no bones about it. Sharks have no bones. What does the periodic symbol He stand for? Hydrogen, helium, or hafnium? He stands for helium. When was Four Weddings and a Funeral premiered? 1995, 1994, or 1997? (1994). In a polo team, How many horses make up one team? 4, 6, or 8? There are 4 horses on a team. How tall was Napoleon? 1 meter 68, 1 meter 78, or 1 meter 89? Napoleon was 1 meter 68 tall. What does tempest mean in English? Taste, touch, or time? Tempus means time. In what state is Nashville found? Pennsylvania, Tennessee, or Colorado? Nashville is in Tennessee. What is the mom cat's name in Aristocats? Is her name Duchess, Toulouse, or Berlioz? The mama cat's name in Aristocats is Duchess. Who played as J. Robert Oppenheimer in the film? Cillian Murphy, Matt Damon, or Kenneth Branagh? And the actor is Cillian Murphy. In which state is Area 51 located? Wyoming, Utah, or Nevada? It's located in Nevada. What is a term for a word that can be written the same backwards and forwards? That would be a palindrome. The Great Depression started in August 1929, November 1926, or February 1931. The Great Depression started in August 1929. In which year did EastEnders begin broadcasting on BBC One? 1987, 1985, or 1983? EastEnders began broadcasting in 1985. What is Vietnam's currency? Do they spend the dong, the dinar, or the rial? Vietnam's currency is the dong. Which band was Bjork the lead singer in? The Sugar Cubes, the Elgar Sisters, or Kukl? Bjork was the lead singer in the Sugar Cubes. What name does Bridget Jones give to her baby boy? William, Harry, or Oliver? She named him William. Where can the cruciate ligament be found? Is it in the knee, the elbow, or the face? The cruciate ligament is found in the knee. Where did Michelangelo paint the ceiling? The Santa Cecilia Chapel, the Rosary Chapel, or the Sistine Chapel? He painted the Sistine Chapel. Banksy is a famous graffiti artist from, is he from Bristol, Manchester, or Plymouth? Banksy is from Bristol. Which Gallagher brother was the first to leave Oasis? Noel, Liam, or Paul? The first one to leave was Noel. What novel inspired Kate Bush's first hit? The Professor, No Coward's Soul is Mine, Wuthering Heights. Inspired by Wuthering Heights. What country does Gouda cheese originate from? The Netherlands, Belgium, or Switzerland? Gouda cheese originates from the Netherlands. What is New York City's slang name? Is it the Snore? Is it Gotham? Or is it Jacaranda? New York City's slang name is Gotham. How many stars are on the Chinese flag? 4, 5, or 6? There are 5 stars on the flag of China. What is the name of Agatha Christie's first book? The Mysterious Affair at Styles, The Man in the Brown Suit, or The Secret Adversary? The Mysterious Affair at Styles. How many moons does Jupiter have? 66, 113, or 95? Jupiter has 95 moons that we know of. What is the largest ocean in the world? The Pacific, the Indian, or the Atlantic? The largest ocean in the world is the Pacific. A poison dart frog can be found on which continent? South America, Oceania, or Europe? And you can find that in South America. What was Amazon originally used to sell? Books, car parts, or batteries? Amazon originally was a bookseller. True or false? Eating live goldfish became popular in the 1950s. Is that true or is that false? That's false. The act of swallowing live goldfish was a fad popularized in America in the 30s. Your song was first sung by whom? George Michael, Elton John, or Ozzy Osbourne? It was first sung by Elton John. In what year was the internet created? 1992, 1973, or 1983? The internet was first created in 1983. F. Scott Fitzgerald is the author of which well-known book? The Great Gatsby, Matilda, or The Color Purple? He wrote The Great Gatsby. Which country has the most islands? Norway, Finland, or Sweden? Sweden has the most islands. Who painted The Scream? Edvard Munch, Gustav Klimt, or Sandro Botticelli? And that's a work by Edvard Munch. What is the square root of 121? Is it 11, 13, or 21? The square root of 121 is 11. What author wrote 1984? George Orwell, William Faulkner, or Ernest Hemingway? That would be George Orwell. Who explored electricity first? Benjamin Franklin, Michael Faraday, or Nikola Tesla? That would be Benjamin Franklin. A barometer measures what? Density of urine, atmospheric pressure, or the pressure of gas? A barometer measures atmospheric pressure. The United Nations was founded in what year? 1943, 1945, or 1948? The United Nations was founded in 1945. Who was the first female astronaut introduced by NASA? Sally Ride, Judy Resnick, or Anna Fisher? And the first woman astronaut was Sally Ride. And question 100. Who was Britain's Prime Minister in 1945? Anthony Eden, Winston Churchill, or Clement Attlee? And that would be Clement Attlee. And that's it. That's all I've got for you. Thanks for playing. Drop your score in the comments, please, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss any quiz time. We'll catch you in the next one.